In the chaos of the game, they break it down. Talking trash, cracking jokes, they own this town. PGN podcast, they're on the prowl. Sports and nonsense, they wears a crown. PGN podcast, oh, you can't look away. Stats and laughs, yeah, they say your day. From the field to the mic, they always slay. PGN podcast, you know.
What up? What up? We're here. Hope y'all enjoyed the debut of our new podcast intro. That shit's definitely fire. I love that shit.
It is.
It feels good to have like.
I'm not. Claps to Scumbag for putting that thing together. I've had no complaints about it. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, dope. Yeah. It's funny how I put it together. I'll tell you off the air how I put it together. It's funny. But yeah, man. Let's get into how our week was, because we kind of started a little late, 11:04. So let's start getting to how our weeks were as usual. I'm gonna start off first real quick. Same shit. Only thing different was yesterday. I still had the shades on. My friend threw his 40th birthday party. It was 80s themed. I wore the Thriller outfit.
Nice.
Yeah, so everybody was cracking up when I walked in, because everybody dressed up as the hip hop 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like Run DMC, they had the fucking, the big chain with the big glasses, all this bullshit. So when I was looking for the costume to go, or the outfit or whatever, I put 80s outfit, and it was Thriller outfit came up. I'm like, fuck out of here. I don't know. I thought about it. I was like, that'd be funny though. So I was like talking to a girl on the phone, and the costume was $90. So I was going with a cheaper costume, and it was a 80s rockers outfit. So I sent it to her, the 80s rockers outfit. She's like, oh, that's just nice. And I'm like, yo, but then I kind of want to wear this one. So I sent her the Thriller one. She's like, nah, you gotta wear the Thriller one. I'm like, yeah, that's just $90. I'm trying to spend all that. She sent me the difference. She's like, here's the money. She's like, buy that shit. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I fucking bought it. But I was walking, I dressed and I left the house. I went to the liquor store. I was walking to the party. People were pulling over, bro. Yo, Mike. Yo, that shit was too funny.
That's fucking dope, bro.
Yeah, it was too funny. I walked in, everybody was cracking up like, get the fuck out of here. Yo, you like Michael Jackson? Yeah, it was too funny. But yeah, that was probably the highlight of my week. But yeah, that was it. That was how my week went. I don't know.
So just getting back to swinging things at work, and I had another NJC hockey game, so that was good to do. So just getting back to swinging things, obviously. So it's good to all summer I wasn't really doing much besides the podcast, so it's good to be back. NJC hockey, all that stuff. So that was basically my week.
How about you? Hold on. Okay, well, I want you to tell the people about your NGIT thing going on, because they have their own YouTube that they can see you actually call the games.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so NGIT ice hockey. That's where their IG page is, and I think it might be the same thing for their YouTube. So that's where you can stream all the games. Hear me on the play-by-play. Yes. So every home game that we have. So yeah. NJC hockey, ice hockey. If you guys want to follow the page, obviously. I didn't check how that went, but
what's the YouTube?
Huh?
What's the YouTube?
I think it's NJT men's ice hockey. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Men's ice hockey. All right, hold on. There you go. How's that?
That's cool. Yeah.
Check that out for a little bit. That's
nice.
That's where you can see K-Dap commentate. I heard some of it. I think the last game he did, I heard some of it. I was like, all right, it's not professional as hell. It's good.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do,
Yeah, it's good. Good work. Go ahead, Zaza.
This was a crazy ass long week because it was the school's homecoming.
Yeah.
So everyone had senior night.
You were doing a whole bunch of promoting, so yeah, they need to up your salary, man.
Bro, man, it was senior night at least 3 times a week. So, you know, you got the families coming out for soccer, for volleyball, for field hockey. I'm like, dog, God, how many senior nights can you have? But shout out, you know, you forget about those things, you know, when you get older, but you got to understand for those kids, that's like the biggest night of their lives. They get to show off in front of their families. Lauren Hill came out with her family. Rona Marley was out there. Like the 12 Marley kids were out there. Like it was kind of nah, I'm serious. There's a lot of them, bro. Like
you sent me some pictures, yeah. So I know.
Like I'm telling you, it was like everyone looks. It was just a really good feeling. Then last night we had homecoming dance. And it's just like, yo, you see these kids just dressing up. I'm like, yo, I remember those days, just dressing up to show out.
Yeah.
But most of them sweat. So like it was just, but overall, good week. Wouldn't do it again for another time soon. Like give me at least a month before we do this. But shout out. Like I was doing a lot this week.
Word. All right, man. Let's get to this week.
Let's get in this topic. All right, so the first topic is the NFL in terms of its product right now. And we've noticed here on the podcast in terms of making our picks this week, last few weeks, the NFL slate hasn't been great, especially on Sunday afternoons. Like, if you noticed this week, it was tough. Like, yesterday when I was looking through the games, I was like, this is tough, man. In terms of picking games, even if I wanted to watch the games, I'm like,
No, I'm not watching.
Yeah, so I'm like, right now, with the NFL product, it's not where it needs to be, in my opinion. Like Steve Young always says, like the first 4 weeks are really glorified preseason because, you know, they got rid of 2 days. There's not as much of preseason in terms of the actual starters actually playing. So you see some of that September, how football is. It's not really crisp or clean to the action. In fact, the game going on right here between the Broncos and the Jets right now, you're kind of seeing it. You see the Jets team that, you know, they're not bad, but it's like they're you see Justin Fields, he doesn't seem to have that feel for the play the quarterback position. You know, they take penalties, a lot of mistakes. It's like, and that's the difference in a lot of teams. It's like, yo, some teams maybe aren't that bad, but they lose games because, you know, turnovers, lack of execution, stuff like that. So I guess the point I want to make is that and there's a couple places where I want to give examples where the product probably isn't where it needs to be. So you saw a couple examples here. You know, Cardinals running back Amari DiMarcado and A.D. Mitchell for the Colts. They had opportunity to score a touchdown. I guess they were trying to, you know, make a celebration. They lose the ball, it goes to a touchback. As a result, those 2 teams lost the games because of that. So that's just an example of the product not being where it needs to be. But to give the NFL credit, man, they love the fact that there's no real dominant team right now. You know, look at
a lot of parlay. Yeah, parlay. Yeah,
the Eagles, the first 4 weeks, everybody was like, they're winning games, but they're not looking impressive. And you see it the last couple weeks. I know Scumbag, he'll definitely talk about what happened on Thursday night with his Giants, but it's just, I think the NFL probably likes the fact that maybe the product isn't as good as it needs to be, but the fact that the matter is there's a lot of parity. So the ratings are still going up. People are still watching, even though the product's probably not where it needs to be. So I think if it's any of the sports league, look how many times people have complained about the NBA product or MLB product a couple years back. So it just shows you how powerful the NFL is. Despite the fact that the product isn't where it needs to be, they're still getting the attention, they're still getting the numbers and all that stuff. So I would look at it as like, you see it, like, for example, Baltimore, they've been decimated by injuries. That's unfortunate for them. So I'm trying to think of other teams. Kansas City, you know, they've been to the Super Bowl 3 years in a row, and they have not looked impressive so far this season. So, but that just shows you how wide open things are. There's no real dominant team. And even the Bills, everybody was all on the Bills, but they haven't really looked impressive the last few weeks. So it just shows you, even though the NFL product isn't as where it needs to be, they like it because it's like every team has a chance every week. Like, for example, some of the picks I made. I thought for sure the Rams, the ties up with the Rams, I was sure they were going to win those games, and they didn't. So, and I'm pretty sure you guys had some MVP picks as well, where it's like, hey, you picked this team, you thought, oh, no doubt they're going to win the game, but it doesn't happen. So, overall, I think the NFL product hopefully improves. I'm sure by the time the season ends, we will know who the good teams are, who the bad teams are, who the teams are better. So, that's my thoughts on that. Says out. What are your thoughts on the NFL product as we are now in week number 6?
I think the NFL product it's there, but the injuries have just kind of killed this season, and it's hard to like really get into and see where the teams stand at because everyone's just decimated with injuries. How many quarterbacks are hurt? Like dog, like there's a new quarterback starting at least once every week. So it's like, yo, do y'all need to do more preseason games? Do you have to do more reps? All of this is very concerning. I gotta start looking at medical teams. I gotta start learning. It's just like, yo, dog, what's going on? Is a new quarterback starting this week, Kofi?
Yeah, Brissett started for the Cardinals.
We didn't even know Kyler Murray was hurt. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
He played last week.
Oh my goodness, man! Listen, they gotta get rid of that turf. They gotta get rid of the turf.
Nah, see this. That's why
I know you getting money by the bag. You can pay to keep up some grass, bro. Like too many players are getting lost because of this turf nonsense, bro. Joe Burrow is gonna lose another season because of turf talk. Like, bro, what are we doing right now? NFL, I get it. You want the money, but you also got to realize you have human beings, and they're putting their bodies through an immense amount of pressure and pain. Bro, these quarterbacks and receivers, they're not getting touched. They're going non-contact. As soon as you know it's non-contact, you know it's Achilles injury. Come on, bro. Come on, NFL. Y'all can do better than that. Like, we love the product. We're still going to watch, but you could be a lot better. I love the parity. I love that every week any team can win and week to week. But y'all gotta do better with these injuries. Y'all gotta do better with these injuries than that turf shit.
All right, scumbag. What are your thoughts on the NFL product as of right now?
I think from what you said, the NFL loves this because it's that Indian Sunday moniker they've had since the beginning of time. Mm-hmm. And they've built the product to kind of be that. And I hate doing this sometimes, a lot of times, but it's really like old man on porch that I'm gonna do it right now. Get off my grass, kids. Is the NFL safer now to play? Yeah. That we have a lot more concussion protocol now. The helmets are more safer. You can't hit a defensive receiver. You can't hit a quarterback. It's a lot. So I think that adds into the product. Like it's just not as like hard hitting as it was. You know what I'm saying? Like it is like defenses are just there. You know what I mean? Like you gotta hope that you can hold a team to 24 points. You know what I mean? A good defense now you're giving up fucking at least 20 points. Now that you can't hit a defensive receiver, you can't hit like that. So there's no way the defense could put its will on the game, could put its imprint on the game. You know what I mean? So I think if sometimes the game is low scoring, the team just sucks, to be honest. Because the rules are made for the offense.
So like this game you mean? This game going on right now.
Yeah.
Yo, 10-6?
Just scored a field goal, so it's now 10-9.
Well, I give it a pass. They're in London. It's not fucking easy. Fucking probably jet lag.
Jets.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that adds to it. Like, we're really watching professional backyard football, honestly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't see anything that's like super physical in the NFL. It's really just like, they go kind of through the motions a little bit, not as much, but it's just not as riveting as it once was. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's what the NFL wants. They want a safer game. They want a game that's more wide open that you don't know who could win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
This is what the part that they want, and they're getting the ratings. They're getting the Netflix deals and the ESPN deals. They're getting the money. Roger Goodell already came out and said they're competing with Apple. They're not competing with no other sports fucking out there. No league, nothing. They can't see them. if the NFL decided this, if the NFL decided to have a game every fucking day, Sunday through fucking Friday, you would see every day of the week the highest rated thing, not sports fucking event, highest rated thing, show, movie, anything. It's the highest. It'll be the highest that day.
Damn shame.
Every Monday Night Football is the highest show. Don't even put a show on Monday. Don't
Yep.
even fucking try it.
Can't.
Don't do it on Monday during football season because they're not gonna watch it. So, I mean, it's a win for them. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's just different now. I mean, I get it. I'm not too mad about it, but that's part of the reason why, and another reason why is the players. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's getting to the point where it's like the NBA is getting like this. Baseball's kind of been like this for a while. The players run the league. The inmates run the asylum.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And they don't want to practice. They don't want to do fucking walk-ins. They don't want to do 4 days. And it's like now we're starting to see is that why they put their body through so much rigorous activity because the game itself is a rigorous game. It's a physical game. You're even just running. You're taking your body running at a 4.2 for a 40 yarder. Like you're going fast as fuck. Your body has to be prepared for that. Bro, I don't remember so many fucking injuries growing up. Think about how physical the game was back then.
Yep.
I don't remember a player missing 4 games for an ankle. They taped it up, put a needle in it, sniffed some cocaine, and went out there. Maybe that's what it was. I don't fucking know. But we'll see as these players get older. They're going to have the same injuries these older players have. These players got metal hips. They got metal shoulders. They got metal spines.
Yep.
Their fucking brains been replaced by a lizard brain. I don't know, it's like crazy shit. Because
there's a lot.
CTE was real. It's real. You know what I'm saying? How many motherfuckers out there brain damage?
Damn shame.
You know what I mean? So that's the reality of it, and we'll see when these players are older and they're 60, 50, 40, however years old, and see how their bodies have put the game. You know what I mean? Then we'll see who's right or wrong. But hey, and money wise, they're good. So
that's all that matters to them.
And I'm gonna be watching. I ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Same.
Like for me to stop watching the NFL, like Roger Goodell has to blow for fucking elementary school. And I gotta see it on fucking on video. Because if it ain't on video, I'm gonna be like, I don't know he would do that. You know what I mean? They'll be like, hey, he's covered in soot. He got fucking pieces of bricks all over him. I don't know. I didn't see it. And I still watch the NFL. So that's what it is.
Nah, I forgot to make this point in my initial comments. Another thing that the NFL's done, they've done it for years. They've kind of spiced up the clock. It used to be, hey, you got your games on Sunday afternoon, Sunday at 1, Sunday at 4, you got a Sunday night game, and Monday night. But now, you got Thursday night, which talks that they're going to have a full-time international package at some point in the 2 years. So it's just that's probably another thing I've heard the Sunday afternoon slate that they've taken games away from that Sunday afternoon slate. So, but as you said, scumbag, they're making money off that. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
So,
look, it's a national. We're watching the game in London right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and then people are going out there. They're all wearing different jerseys, and the NFL is a good game. Like, it's to me, it's the best sport. To me, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? It's more exciting.
Absolutely.
It's faster. It's once a week. You can't beat it, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, trust me. I think if the other sports leagues had it their way, they probably have a schedule similar to the NFL. They wouldn't play 82 games or 162 like Major League Baseball. Yeah. They would probably want to do it once a week. That's where you get the maximum, eyeballs and revenue and stuff. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that they've realized that the NFL has it the best. Like it's why
scarcity. It's all about
scarcity. And that's why I can't I tell Kobe this all the time. I K-Dab all the time. I can't watch the NBA like that. It's too many games back to back. It's like I won't get interested in the NBA till literally after All-Star break. And that might be pushing. You might have to give me in April. why I'm interested in NBA. It's just too much. It's just too much.
Yeah. It's a lot to follow.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's same thing with baseball. It's like, you got to follow 162 for a whole summer. That's kind of tough to ask. You got to be like a diehard to do that.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the next one.
We'll see how the NFL product progresses throughout the season. Obviously, we have our MVP picks, which we're going to do right now. So I'll start first. Like I said, it's not an easy week. The slate's not that great. Obviously, we all could have picked this game. We're like, we're not picking a London game. So my first pick, I have Pittsburgh over Cleveland. The reason why I picked this game is because this is a great opportunity for the Steelers. Baltimore is pretty much decimated. Even if Lamar Jackson comes back after the bye week, it's going to be a very tough task for the Baltimore Ravens to make a comeback in the AFC North. So I think it's a great opportunity for Pittsburgh to further establish themselves as the top team in the AFC. Cleveland played well last week, like you said, to come back. We talked about Dylan Gabriel. It wasn't that bad. So
yeah.
And their defense is pretty good. So it's not going to be an easy game. Usually when you think of Browns, Steelers, usually Steelers got this easy. But I can see this game being a little tough, but I think in the end, Rodgers is starting to play a little better. The defense is still a bit of a concern, but I think they should do enough to beat Cleveland. So that's my first MVP pick. My second MVP pick, I have the Rams over Baltimore. This one's pretty simple. Baltimore is just decimated with injuries all across the board. And Cooper Rush is starting for them. We saw last week what happened against Houston. It didn't go well, so I expect the Rams to put this game away pretty quickly. So that's my second MVP pick. My third one's going to be, it's the game of the week. It's the 4:25 game on CBS. It is the Buccaneers and the 49ers. I have the Buccaneers over the 49ers. San Francisco, they showed me something last week against the Rams. Their defense played well. Mac Jones, somehow, he was able to gut through that game. So various times in that game, he was limping. He was slow to get up, so he really got it out. He really proved something to me. He really showed me something. But but the Buccaneers, they're also banged up. That's the crazy thing about it. They're also banged up. They have injuries. Mike Evans is still out.
Yep.
Chris Godwin still hasn't played yet. So the fact that Baker's doing this and people are saying Baker is the MVP favorite right now, I think so. It's like
she is.
When you look at Tampa Bay, it's like I don't know. Like last week, I don't know how they won the game last week. It was just crazy ending to that game. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay with that. And my last MVP pick, I have Detroit over Kansas City. This is why I don't overreact to week one, because everybody's like, are the Lions done? Is it the new coordinators? They're not able to adjust? And I was like, let's calm it down. And they showed us since. See how they played. They've been probably the best team in the NFL since then. So, and now they get to show it here against Kansas City. And Chiefs, it's interesting. They went from a high-powered offense to where their defense was questionable, and then it kind of flipped. Then it became the defense was strong, and then their offense wasn't good. And now it's kind of going a little bit back to the reverse again, where the offense is starting to play a little better, but their defense hasn't been where it used to be. They've lost some pieces, and Chris Jones, we'll talk about him, how he's not played up to his contract. So we'll see what happens with this game. It should be a tight one, but I think Detroit's offense a little too much for Kansas City defense, especially. So those are my MVP picks. Scum MVP, what are your MVP picks for this week?
Go to Zaza. I'm still pondering this right here.
See, this is what we're talking about. It's tough. All right, you got your picks ready?
I finally got it after a long debate and a long look at the roster and the long look at the injury roster and the potential injury, because you never know. So my first one, I got the Bills over the Falcons. I think the Bills need a really good comeback bounce win from last week, losing to the Patriots. Shout out to Drake May, but that's neither here nor there. I think the Bills are a team right now that they need a statement win, because they should have beat us last week, but a lot of things didn't go right. But it is what it is. My second one is the Bucs over the 49ers. I just think Baker. Listen, if I need I need for this game a 49ers fan to talk trash to Baker. I just need that because that man lives off of the negativity that is in any arena. Like you see him arguing with Seahawks fans. You saw him. Yo, I told you I love that. That's what football is about. See, this is why even though the product isn't where it's supposed to be, you still have moments like that where it gets you invested into the game because people have been talking about that shit with Baker all week. Yo, he lives off negative. He's looking like MVP. Yo, Baker right now, listen, shout outs to Baker, man. Like, to go from Cleveland, that horseshit situation, to go to Carolina, then you went to the Rams and you led that, and now he's looking like the MVP. That is what grit is all about. Damn. And my third one, I got the Chargers over the Dolphins. There's no need to be said. Chargers need a bounce back win after losing to the Commanders at home. So, and the Dolphins are just a mess. The Dolphins are just a complete, utter mess right now. I think it's about time you start moving on. Tyreek Hill's done for the season. You never know when Tua's going to get hurt. Your coach is still a nerd, and he always looks like he's disheveled in every conference that he has. I'm like, yo, bro, do something with your hair, please. You look like a mess. And then you have I'm sorry, like yo, he always looked like yo. He looks. How old is he? Like 40. He looks like he's about 60 after every game, bro. Fall off my screen. And then last one I got Lions over Chiefs. I think that loss to the Jaguars last week by the Chiefs is a start of something. Not that they'll lose every game, but this is a interesting year. Like you also got to say, Patrick Mahomes is leading your team in rushing yards. You can't win like that. Like Isaiah Pacheco,
running back.
Yeah, you need to. Pacheco has not taken a step back, taken a step up since he came back from injury. You're relying on Kareem Hunt. Patrick Mahomes getting most of your rushing yards, bro. No, it's not it. That's not it. That's not the way you win. That's not the way you win in this league. I just think the Lions have just too much firepower for the Chiefs defense to stop. And Jared Goff, he's having a silent but a really good year, and I think that's just too much for the Chiefs defense to handle. Like, yeah, they can score, but they can't stop anyone. So those are my 4 MVP picks.
All right. What the fuck did I have here? All right. First game I got Green Bay over Cincinnati. I just want to talk about number one, Green Bay. This is what we've talked about earlier. How the NFL was just flipping week to week. It's any given Sunday. Green Bay looked like the fucking dominant the first 2-3 weeks of the season. Oh my God, this team is crazy, blah blah, and they've come kind of smashing down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're still a really good team. I think that what I'm seeing so far, me personally, I'm seeing that Micah Parsons was not worth all that money. You know what I'm saying? I think he really is a situational player. He's not an every down guy. You know what I mean? And we'll see where that goes. Defense is still really good. Even him being situational is really good for them because I think that's why they did it. They're a dominant team defense already. Adding him as a little frosting on top of the cake, it puts them over the top. So I think they should win this game. The Bengals got Joe Flacco. He should be better than Browning. They do have the weapons out there. Higgins is fucking healthy. Chase is healthy. Chase Brown's healthy. The top guys are healthy. The tight end's healthy. Whoever the fuck their tight end is, they're all healthy. They didn't have a quarterback to get it to them. The only thing is that their offensive line, man. The offensive line sucks, and then you got a fucking statue back there now. Looks like we can't do shit. You know what I mean? So I think the game's going to be closer than we think. That's why I chose it, but I still have Green Bay over Cincinnati. I got Dallas over Carolina. This is another game, sneaky kind of game. We've seen Dallas offensively; they've been very, very, very good. They don't even have CeeDee Lamb on the field right now, and they're scoring a ton of points. Jake Ferguson, number one tight end in fantasy right now. Who would have thought that shit? You know what I mean? Javonte Williams, where the fuck that came from? Guys,
he looks rejuvenated. He looks rejuvenated.
insane. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I know it's the beginning of the year, but George Pickens looks happy that he's there. He's getting an opportunity. He's making plays right now. You know, Dak's looking like a top 5 MVP pick right now. You know what I mean? So Dallas is riding high right now. Offense. Issue is their defense. Their defense is fucking dookie, trash. How the kids? I don't know what slang the kids use nowadays for fucking trash. But you know what I mean? It's just they give up a ton of points. Now last week, what did we see? We saw Rico Dowdle go insane last week. How is he gonna react facing his former team? You know what I mean? Like, I gave you 1,000 yards last year, and y'all threw me to the fucking Wolves. Guess what? I'm back, bitch. So I think it'll be a closer game than we think. Bryce Young got to get it together. I think inevitably that's why they're gonna lose. The Dallas will just score too many points for them to kind of hang around. I'm watching games with Bryce Young because I got Ted McMillan on my fantasy team.
All right.
And I just feel like the dude, if Ted McMillan right now had an accurate quarterback who knew what the fuck he was doing, he'll be like a top fucking 5 wide receiver in fantasy and NFL type shit like that. Because he gets the targets. He was a good route runner, tall guy, runs fast. You know what I'm saying? So I think with Rico Dowdle and Tet, they'll make the game, you know, somewhat interesting, but I think Dallas will pull away at the end. Then I picked 2 games that I feel like pretty clear winners because I'm going to pick 2 games that are going to be close, very close. I got Jacksonville over Seattle. That should be a good game. Both teams have played phenomenal so far. We have nothing bad to say right now about the Jags and the fucking Seahawks, which is crazy to say right now.
Yeah.
You know, Seahawks defense has been playing. Jaguars both sides of the ball. The both teams are playing incredible. That's why this game you can't even pick this game. I shouldn't even pick this game right now. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I was thinking about that game too. I was like, I don't know. It could go either way.
Yeah, go either way. So, but I like picking games like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it makes it tougher, kind of, you know, to pick the game. And the way I live my life is no risk it, no biscuits. All right.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
So Jacksonville over Seattle there. Just before I leave off that game, Trevor Lawrence has been great. He's not putting up a ton of, you know, fucking stats up there, but he's pushing through and winning the games. The Chiefs game, I think last week, is gonna catapult them, you know, to the rest of the season. They're gonna feel like they're the shit now. You know what I mean? And I think inevitably that's what's gonna put them over Seattle. And I think right now Trevor Lawrence is playing better than Sam Darnold. You know, we saw it last week. Sam Darnold was in a shootout with Baker Mayfield, and at the end, what did he do? He did Sam Darnold thing. So,
Well, to be fair, that pass was tipped though. It was
yeah, but still, he's Sam Darnold.
It's still Sam Darnold. That's why I get it. Yeah, same Darnold. That Skip will say. Same Darnold. Jesus.
Yeah. That's what Skip says. Same Darnold. But yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah. So I think that's what happened at the end of that game. Then I have a classic from last year, Washington over Chicago.
Yeah. Hail Mary.
Tough game. It's gonna be Monday night. But this should be an exciting game. Caleb Williams is still getting accustomed to the new offense he's in. With Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's a fucking offensive genius. If you look at the tape and you watch people break it down of how Ben Johnson is putting Caleb Williams in position to win, and he's just not able to do it right now. You know, that's where Caleb's at right now. That's where the team is at right now. They're at the brink of being that, but they're not there yet. That's why I think Washington eventually win the game. We've seen Jaden Daniels just, you know, not be dominant, but like when it's fourth quarter, the game is close. He is calm, cool, and collected.
Mm-hmm.
And he somehow seems to make a play every time. See how Sam Darnold seems to, the ball's tipped, the ball I don't see that with Jaden Daniels for some weird reason. I don't see tip passes and dumb shit happening.
At all.
He's making a play. You know what I mean? And that's what we've seen Jaden. I know it's second year, and we can't really label him as like one of those top 5, but if he has another year he had last year, he's top 5. He got to be put in there. You know what I mean? You know, especially Lamar doesn't look too good right now, and a lot of quarterbacks are out. They're hurt. You know, so we'll see. We'll see where he goes. I think the Commanders. I don't know if Terry McLaurin's playing. I think he's out, right?
He was out last week. I didn't hear anything about him this week.
I think he might be out this week too. But you know, he's getting accustomed to the year because he was out all
He was out.
fighting the
Well,
fucking.
there you go. Oh, he's out. He's out. He's out.
Yeah, he was fighting a contract dispute. You know what I mean? So, that's what we're talking about. That's what we were talking about before. You know, motherfuckers getting hurt. And you know, but they still got Debo. Debo's having an incredible year so far. You know, bouncing back off of 49ers didn't want him. They traded him, and he's playing with a purpose right now. And
Yep.
I feel like for some weird reason, when San Fran used to use him, they used him as a real physical player, and I feel like Cliff Kingsbury is not using him like that. He's not putting him kind of in harm's way. And he's kind of letting him play like an X receiver, where he's getting the ball to him more in space. He's getting he's giving him more one-on-one matchups. You know, so they're playing really good right now. And they got what's his name? Fucking Bill, young Bill. He's come out of nowhere and had this is why they traded Brian Robinson away.
Yep.
Him, you know. So I got Washington over Chicago. And yeah, so MVP picks.
All right, those are our MVP picks. We'll have them on social media after the show, so you guys can look at that and make comments and your thoughts on that as well. So next topic is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why is that? Well, Sham Srani reported on ESPN that there was a conversation back in August about a possible a discussion between the Knicks and the Bucks about whether or not a possible trade could happen. Well, those talks did not go anywhere, so as a result, Giannis is staying with the Bucks at least for now, because Giannis talked to the media this week, and he said that he's going to be staying in Milwaukee for now, but he could change his mind in 6 to 7 months. And why did he say that? That is the summertime. So obviously, the talk now has been, will this be Giannis Antetokounmpo's last season in Milwaukee? So my thoughts are pretty much, I think Giannis does, I think Giannis is looking at it as like, all right, I'm going to roster. Can I win with this team? Probably not. The Bucks, they made an aggressive move. They cut Dame, or they released Dame, and then they signed Miles Turner. But if you look at the Bucks roster, it's not very impressive. It's just not. And that's to do with the GM. None of the draft picks hit that they had. Wow. That they did have. None of them hit. So that puts you in a tough spot, especially today's NBA with the second April. You really need your draft picks to be contributors to your roster. And for the Bucks, that has not been the case. And that's where the situation is. And could Giannis, Superman his way to a 4th seed, make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals? He could. How likely is that? I don't think it's likely at all. So I'll let Scumbag, obviously, I can't really get into the Knicks angle of it. I'll let Scumbag take care of that. But I will say that there are some teams that can get Giannis. The Rockets, they can easily get Giannis. They still have the assets. They can still make a trade for Giannis if this season doesn't go well for them. Obviously, Miami, they're definitely going to want Giannis. They need a superstar. They haven't had one since Butler left. Some might say Butler wasn't really a superstar. It is what it is in terms of that. But obviously, Miami's in the tough. They're in the place where you don't want to be. They're in the middle. They're in that playing spot. You don't want to be there. You either want to be a top-end team or a team, looking at the lottery, hoping to improve through the draft. So Miami's another team to look at. San Antonio, they still have assets as well. They have assets all over the place. So they can make a move for Giannis in the offseason. And they're a team coming on the rise. So that's my situation. My thoughts on it. I do think this is Giannis' last year in Milwaukee. It's just, and if you're a Bucks fan, you can't feel bad. You can't feel bad for Giannis. He gave you a championship. He gave you more than 10 years. So if he decides to leave, you can't really say, hey, we got short change. He gave you everything and more. So those are my thoughts on it. Scumbag, obviously you have your thoughts because you're the Knicks fan here, so I'll let you go on your thoughts on the possibility of Giannis, moving on from the Bucks into a specific team.
All I gotta say is New York sports is on the rise. The Yankees fucked it up. They fucked up the trajectory a little bit. But New York is buzzing right now because, number one, I didn't say this earlier, but Jackson Dart has brought in and ushered in a new era, along with his friend Scatterbo. And this past Thursday was just a taste of what Jackson Dart will bring to the New York Football Giants. Cam Scatterbo is the heart not only of New York football, but of the NFL. The NFL is buzzing. This man is playing against 1955 and he's wearing a leather helmet. The Philadelphia Eagles were not ready for the tidal wave that was the New York Football Giants. Brian Daboll's on the sideline, basically giving Jackson Dart a hand job. All right, it's out of control in New York City. Jets suck. I don't count the Jets. All right, Jets, Mets, Nets. We don't talk about them. They're the ugly stepchildren. They don't count. We're talking about the main. All right, the Knicks, Yankees. I don't want to talk about. I'm mad at them right now. The Knicks and the Giants right now are the toast of the fucking town. All right?
There we go.
And here's why Giannis wants to come to the Knicks. Listen, Giannis, if this message reaches you, all right? Anybody out there, I don't care who you are, if you hear this message, send this to Giannis. You want to come here and play for the greatest sports franchise in basketball history, all right? You have to wait, all right? You have to become a free agent. When you become a free agent, you got to sign for the low. That's it. You want a ring? Giannis, if you come to New York City and sign for the low and win a championship here, the Statue of Liberty will be replaced by you and Jalen Brunson. It'll be both you like this, right? That'll be the new Statue of Liberty. You will have to not pay for anything in New York City for the rest of your life. That's it. Look at how I'm watching. They bring all the players out for the opening fucking thing they do for the season. I think every team does it. And bro, they had like Tim Thomas there and Steve Novak and fucking Langston Galloway there. I'm like, they're celebrating those players. The Knicks. Once they have a moniker, once a Knick, always a Knick. So they treat everyone who was a Knick the same way. Imagine if you bring a championship. Dude, like, forget about it. He should come to New York for the low. But if you want to do business-wise, it probably makes more sense to go to Miami. No state tax. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that's hard with Miami is that Giannis is a family man. Miami's tough, bro. Miami's tough. The chicks out there are not like the Milwaukee chicks.
Yep.
These women are piranhas. They are vicious. They're in the wild. They're not making it. There's no animal control for them. Like, you can't shoot them with darts to knock them out.
Oh God.
They're just running wild, bro. They're just wild hyenas roaming the city. So
looking.
Yeah, you need to get your rabies shots. You need to do a lot of shit to avoid the shit that's gonna be happening out there, Giannis. Just letting you know. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And you're gonna do Golden State. Golden State, it's a top 5 sports money making franchise. It's also good business wise. You probably have Steph for another year or two, maybe. You can play with Steph. It's a good organization too. Steve Kerr stays on. They have a good, kind of system that they run there. They'll surround him with good enough players. But hey, man, New York's the spot, bro. You won't make the money you want, but you'll make the money in the back end because you win a championship here. I'm telling you, bro. You're guaranteed commercials and free shit to the day you die. And in New York, you could have a family life out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's temptation in New York, but it gets cold, bro. You don't want to be outside in the winter. You in the house. You cut it up with the fan. You cut it up with the wifey. You know what I'm saying? Making s'mores and shit. You know what I mean? You know, that's what New York does. You know, and then you go family time, Christmas time in New York. Come on, you can't beat it. Christmas time in New York, you can't beat it. I don't care. Anywhere Christmas, unless you go in a fucking, I don't know. What there's a what's this? The Sweden or some shit. The Netherlands up there.
Yeah.
Christmas time up there looks like magical. It looks like the North Pole. You know what I mean? But besides that, New York City, you go to Times Square. It's snowing. You got homeless people. You know, out there. You got the people with the Sonic the Hedgehog costume dancing in the snow. You know, you got all that shit going on. You want to be there. You want to be in New York where you're winning and the guys are just screaming your name. The cab, hey, Giannis! The cab drivers, everybody's screaming, da-da-da, you know? I mean, if it goes bad, it's different, you know? You're walking around with your kid like, yo, Giannis, you suck! You know what I mean? So there's the other side to that too. But if you win, there's nothing like it, bro. There's nothing like it. Ask Eli. Ask Lawrence Taylor.
Ask on both sides.
Ask these guys who bring a chip to the city, bro. You're God. You know what I mean? Patrick Ewing is God. He ain't win shit. So.
All right, Saint Zod. No, you want to respond because I saw your reactions all throughout Scumbag's little.
He's just mad because the Nets are terrible. All right, the Nets are terrible. The Nets are just come on. Yo, they should have stayed in Jersey for all that, bro. You're in Brooklyn, stinking it up. It's just terrible. It's just insanely terrible. It's a mess over there. They should just turn. What's the fucking arena out there? Just turn the Barclays. Turn it to a dump. That's it. Just knock it down. Turn it to like a recyclable facility or something, or a petting zoo. You know what I mean? Like just give up. That's it.
He's not totally wrong. I don't like. I've never liked the Brooklyn move.
Yeah.
I've never liked the Brooklyn move. That's all they care about. But like their fans don't really show up to the game. It is.
And from what I like, Cam and Mace talk about it all the time. At the Barclays, they say, "Yo, it's mad ghetto in there." I mean, I haven't been backstage and all like that. I haven't been to like the crevices of the arena. But he's like, came out and said, yo, I'm walking in there, motherfuckers smoking Black Miles, they're playing dice. Like, it's fucking crazy in there. He said, yo, I wanted to see a game, I ended up playing a dice game for like quarter and shit. And it's like, if that's what's going on in there, that's nuts. Like, you need to do something. Motherfuckers can't be playing dice in there. Come on.
No. But I'm not going to lie. The Milwaukee situation is kind of Giannis's fault. And I don't think a lot of us ever put blame on him. Dog, you wanted Doc Rivers. You got rid of Adrian Griffith, right?
And
that's on you.
In the first place.
Do you not? My thing with Giannis is my problem with him is he does a light LeBron shit where he kind of complains, he gets his way, and then when they call him out, he throws it. I'm like, yo, dog, but you wanted this. You wanted Dave. You wanted all these pieces. And Milwaukee has gone through the ringer with you. You wanted your brother on the team. They took a spot for this man. This man has never played an NBA game. And they've done all that shit for you, bro. Like, the minute they ask you a question about it, yo, you ready to go? Yo, Milwaukee fans, you should be happy, honestly. Listen, Giannis has become an American diva. That Greek and all that, yo, he is literally, he's always talking about leaving. If I'm a Milwaukee fan, yo, go, bro, just leave, bro, just leave. You got everything you want, and you still calling us out.
And real quick before you finish your rant, and they got his parents' citizenship to come over.
They got his parents. Yo, I'm telling you, Milwaukee, you should sue this motherfucker. Sue him. Send his sue his papers right now, man. Yo, Giannis, you pissing me off.
If I'm the owner, I'll walk in, take my jacket off. All right, Giannis, take a couple things off. Roll my sleeves up. Let's go. Right here for everybody. Let's go.
Scott, I didn't even know they did that. Yo, they've done everything for this motherfucker. Yo, they rolled the red carpet out for you. Yo, your brother, and then you still always talking. Yo, think about it. He hasn't been talking about this since he's been talking about leaving Milwaukee for years now. 4 years. Yo, I'd be like, dog, get the fuck off this team, bro. Listen, we won our championship. We good. We'll start over again. But to deal with this motherfucker, this is why small market teams never win. Because they always got to deal with big time players saying shit like that. It's never good enough for them. You know what? Go to LA. Go to New York. Go deal with their media. When you start losing, then you'll see some real shit. We out here being nice and homely and friendly to you. We getting your parents citizenship, and you take every chance you can to dog talk us down. Yeah, get the fuck. Yeah, go home. Go back to Greece. Go back. Yo, pack his bags yourself. Star players can be the utmost worst. And this is an example of it. I love Giannis, but bro, you were doing too much at this point. Nah, he gotta go. I pack his bags myself.
Do you have a particular spot for him, or you just don't care?
I don't care where he goes at this point. Just leave Milwaukee alone, bro. You might as well take their state flag. They done did everything for you. Yo, they gonna roll it out for you while you leave, bro. The fuck out, man.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
No, not mad at it either.
It got me upset this Sunday morning. I'm trying to watch football, but then I'm hearing all this shit. Yo, in every conference, every time his contract comes up, I don't know if I'll be here. I'm like, yo, dog, what are you talking about? You know what? You're right. I'd be like, yo, you know what? You're right. Yo, sign here, go.
His brother is ass.
Thank you. Yo, you taking up a roster spot, and he don't play ever.
And you know what? I think Cam said this too. He was like, bro, if you go on the internet, there's literally a highlight reel of like almost every NBA player, like, playing in high school, playing in college. Yo, his brother, I haven't seen the tape.
No, it's not but lowlights.
Yeah, I haven't seen him killing it in high school or college or nothing. Where's the highlights reel at any level you've been on? That's nuts right there. But I don't know. Hey, if you could get it, you get away with it. Fuck it.
Hey man, he got his both a contract and pension now, so he's been in the league that long. So
yeah, I'm telling you, small market teams, yo, do not sign big time players for more than 2 years, because after 2 years, it's like an iPhone. That's when the problems will start hitting up. I promise you, as soon as 2 years come up, that's when, I don't know if I want to be here. They're like iPhones. Yo, 2 years.
We had the best experience of that. Remember, we Nets fans, we had Kyrie and Durant. So that worked.
As soon as 2 years came up, this team not it. Yo, you put this shit together. You did. No one else. And y'all come here, it's good, and then they gotta go. He gotta go. Gave his parents citizenship, and this motherfucker talks us down like that every chance he get. I wish. Whew.
All right, before we get to the Pepper Takes, a word from our sponsor, St. Za.
Anyway, after that glorious rant, I want to say, please take this chance to download the Nickel Pass app. But starts off at $20 a month, where you can get all your live newspaper. You get the New York Times, Boston Globe, Wall Street Journal, all at a single click. Download Nickel Pass today.
All right, thanks for our sponsor, Nickel Pass. And now we go to Pepper Takes. And our first Pepper Take. So Marlon Wayans and Julia Fox, they were on an interview promoting their movie Him, which from what I've heard it's kind of had the best reviews, but I digress on that. The interview asked Marlon about what makes a real man. And as he's going to answer, Julia Fox buttons and all this about how the term "real man" is a joke. It's a fake term because men aren't like that and all that, and how she's celibate now, and how she wants real men to. She wants men to be able to, to do what they do to her and all that stuff. So, my thoughts are, what was Julia Fox known for before this movie? She was known to be dating Kanye West for a short time, and how weird that relationship was. So I'm like, that's what you're known for. It's like, that's how I knew her. It was like that weird relationship with Kanye. And everybody knows if you're dating Kanye, you know what you're getting into. So you can't be saying all this, and then you go out with Kanye, for example. It's just kind of hypocritical in some ways. And for a larger point, to me, it's like, and we've talked about this in past topics like this come up. You can't. I think people, especially on social media, they tend to put their own experiences broadly in terms of how people feel about either relationships or whatever sex that you are pursuing. And I don't think that's fair because everybody's experience is different. Taylor's experiences are different than mine. And Scumbag, all experiences are different. So you can't just say stuff broadly like that and make comments and apply it to everybody. But it's just like your experiences are different than anybody else's experiences. It doesn't mean that your experience translates to other people's experiences. And I give him a lot of credit. You could tell he was annoyed. You could tell he was not happy, and he tried to joke with her. But you could tell to me, real man was what Marlon did. He showed, hey, he could have easily turned that interview left and went at her, but he didn't. He was like, you know what? Let her go on a little rant. I'm just gonna sit here. I'll make a joke, to play along, but. And that's how it went. So my thoughts are just like, just don't put your don't make comments and try to have your own opinions on it and make yourself. I don't know. She made herself look comical in those opinions, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on it. Scumbag, what are your thoughts on this whole Julia Fox, Marlon Wayans?
She's a loser.
I think you do this on purpose. I think you want me to bash women all the time. What's wrong with you, man?
She's a loser. That's what it is.
I think Kofi loves. I think K-Dop loves to see me just destroy women on here because he brings up these topics that makes me want to do it.
Honestly, I was looking for a topic. The other topic I was looking at was
he's like, I know this. Oh man, I can't wait till Chris bashes this woman to oblivion. Nah.
No, the other topic I was gonna go with was like, who was it? Because who's that? Got the name of the comedian, but he always makes he's always going at people. He was like, oh, Marlon.
Ari Spears?
No, not Aries. The other person. I forgot his name.
Corey Holcomb?
Yeah,
Corey Holcomb.
Even a comment about how Martin Lawrence's stand-up is trash. That was going to be my other one. But I was like, Corey Holcomb makes too many same opinions, so I didn't want him to really get into that one. So that was the other one. So I picked this one.
That's a pretty good one too. Anywho's, I don't know, man. It's like, and this not only goes for women; it goes for just men in general, anybody in general. Like sometimes you need to just shut up. Like it's just, I don't get why people just feel like their opinion is so valid all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Like I will give my opinion a lot, and it just wasn't needed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I could be right. I could be 100% right, but maybe it's just something that person don't want to hear right now. And that's all it was. And it's not like anyone's gonna take this seriously because, listen, there's women out there that have prestigious aura about them, and they're respectful, and they're married, and they're to their husband. For the most part, I see those women praised. You know what I mean? People praise Beyonce, they praise Michelle Obama, they praise other women that are, Ciara, she's praised. You know what I'm saying? Like these women have families and they respect their man. And they do things to keep the family nucleus together, and they're praised. Like this girl going viral over this, like it'll be a flash in the pan, and we'll forget about it. You know what I mean? Because it's nothing. It means nothing. It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like sometimes if you keep and I learned this too in my life. I keep bumping into an asshole. Why is my life surrounded by assholes?
Yep.
I gotta look in the mirror.
You might be the common denominator.
This is who I'm attracting
Mhm.
for some reason. Hey, is it maybe I'm an asshole? I don't know. But I got to figure something out. You know what I mean? And I think that she has to do that. If every man you keep bumping into ain't shit, then that means your radar is off.
Mm-hmm.
Your ain't shit radar is broken. You got to fix it. You got to go to the mechanic or something. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit fixed. And it's like, you know, you can tell it's PTSD. You know, she's fucking jumped in, she cut him off, and just like it set her off. It just made her go crazy because she's probably dealt with so much toxic masculinity, whatever the fuck you say it. You know what I mean? And there's toxic femininity too, and I've dealt with that. You know what I mean? I've been toxic masculinity at times. You know what I'm saying? Like I've dealt with toxic femininity at times, and it's like I don't just you know label every woman that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just not right. You know what I mean? Listen, you know, do women have wacky opinions sometimes? Yeah, you know they do. They have emotions, and their emotions rule how they react.
Yep.
Like women are gonna take a step back and be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that because that's wrong to say. That's not happening. They're gonna say it. If it comes to their mind, they're gonna say it. It could be uninformed. It could be not the opinion could be not educated enough. All that shit, and they don't give a fuck. They're gonna say it. You know, like Chris Rock said one time, like a woman's not gonna make something like sense fuck up the argument. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what it is. You know what I mean? So that's all it was. Like, so you gotta understand, as a society, you know, I'm not gonna say just women, but you know, people in general. If you're gonna put a mic in front of someone, don't always think you're gonna get an educated, good kind of statement. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hear something kind of stupid. You know, so you're gonna hear something idiotic.
Hey,
you know,
we hear that every day, you know,
Yeah.
so, especially on the news. So.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. And nowadays, you know, everybody, your phone got a mic.
Yep.
Everybody got a mic.
Everyone thinks they have an opinion. Yep.
Yeah,
There you
so
go.
you're gonna hear some dumb shit. You know what I mean? That's all it was. I saw it, and I'm, you know, honestly, like I saw a take on it where a guy was like, "But this is the issue because when a woman says something like this about men, we're not allowed to G-check them. They're right on camera.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
you
like-
can tell. Marlon wanted to say something. He was like, nah, you know what? Nah.
Yeah, he already knows what would happen if he did say something. A black man coming at a white woman, and not even he probably wouldn't have done it aggressively, but he would have just had a debate with her, and it would have been an issue.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's probably the same way I would have reacted, but it's an interesting take what that guy said. It's like, listen, if I'm a man there, right, and and Marlon, you know, he probably had marital problems, whatever, but you know, whatever it could be. Let's just say I'm a man there, and you know, I have children, I have women in my family that respect me. You know, I'm respected in you know, I go to church stuff and I do all this stuff. You know, when people respect me as a man, I bring value to every situation I go to. You know what I mean? And you say something like that, I'm not allowed to defend myself on that. I'm not allowed to defend other men that bring value to every situation that they're in. You know what I mean? You know, that's a little unfair. But, you know, hey, that's a good take, like I said. But me, I would have probably did the Marlon thing because guess what? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what you got to say. I don't care. The backlash is not worth, you know what I'm saying, me to say my opinion on that at the moment if I was Marlon. You know what I mean? I would just probably do the same thing, like, whatever. That's that.
All right, Saints out. What are your thoughts?
Sometimes we gotta start calling women losers because this is a loser woman talk. I know Scumbag went the nice route. I'm not going the nice route. This was like a loser woman talk, like, because you know what? She's like, oh, real men aren't. I'm like, yeah, because you run into a bunch of guys who see you for who you are and go like, ugh, I'm not putting up with this. So let me get out of this the quickest way I fucking can. I know, as crazy as Kanye is, even Kanye was like, oh, this lady is fucking nuts. Let me act even more nuts so she can leave me the fuck alone. Like, I'm like, yo, shout out to those men. And if I was Marlon, I would have made jokes about her. I'd have done subliminals. I'd have been like, yo.
He kind of did. He was like, real man. He was like this.
Real men don't like you. Like, real men see you from a mile away, and like they're always like, yo, here she come. It's like she that girl that come like, hey, here she come. So How you doing? I'm doing good. Do you want to know more? No, no one wants to know about your day. No one came. You came up here. No one wants to know about you. No one wants to know about the stuff you got going on. Please leave immediately. That's what people need to start saying to her. Once she starts getting the door and all that stuff, she can go write a blog. She can go do a pod. That's what she gonna do. She can be like, "Oh, men started knowing." That's fine. We don't need you to talk to us. We don't care about it. Like that right there. She been waiting for that moment. You can tell she been waiting for that moment. She been waiting for someone to ask her about real men, and you can see it. She at least I'd have been like, okay, do you ever want to consider that you're the common denominator in all those situations? Get the fuck off this platform. You got it, and just leave. You got no energy. Shout out to Marlon. I wish you would have. You know who I wish you would have talked to? Bill Burr. I would have loved to see interaction with her because Bill makes faces. I would have loved to see that shit.
But
That's what she needs to.
Bill has a good way of like arguing and debating you, but also making it funny.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
That probably would have been a good guy to be in that situation. Yeah.
I like that's the only person I can think because Kevin Hart he wouldn't do that because he got his deal. He would still make faces, but he wouldn't do what Bill Burr does. So yeah, I want her to talk to more comedians because I want to see their faces when she starts saying that bullshit, and they're like, "What fucking real men have you ever talked to?" Then you know Bill Burr would say, "I would love that shit." Yo, you gotta start calling women losers, and that was a real woman loser. Shout out to the women who aren't like that because God, that ugh. Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes shut your damn mouth.
Thank you. Let's know less about each other, please.
All right. Our last pepper take. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on social media, there's been a lot of AI, especially AI of fortunate legends have passed away recently. I mean, not recently, but passed away. So, for example, I saw Martin Luther King wrestling promo where he turned heel. He said, "I don't have any dreams anymore." I've seen WWF, Tupac and Biggie AI images.
I've seen that.
I've seen Kobe on a Twitch stream
doing NBA games.
What else? I've seen like Michael Jackson and like Tupac in Puerto Rico hanging out. I've seen a lot of like just weird AI celebrities that are no longer with us doing things in the modern time, and it's kind of creepy because like the AI has improved a lot dramatically. Like a couple years ago, AI looked terrible, and now it's like it's starting to look close to good now. It's just like it's getting scary a little bit. But specifically, Zelda Williams, the daughter of Robert Williams, she had a statement. It was a pretty long one, so I'm gonna read towards the end of her statement. "You're not making art. You're making disgusting, overprocessed hot dogs out of the lives of human beings, out of the issue of art and music, and then shoving them down someone else's throat, hoping they'll give you a little thumbs up." So basically, she's saying, hey, I don't appreciate the fact that you're making AI content of my late dad. And I know Bernice King, Martin Luther King's daughter, she quote tweeted that. She was like, yep, I agree with that sentiment as well. So it's yeah, so those are the comments. My thoughts are, yeah, it's like, look, I think we've seen a lot of improvement in terms of AI, in terms of what it's doing, but I don't like how it's being used. I feel like AI should be used for like stuff like cancer, stuff that really can help the world, not some nonsensical meme or like content for social media. So those are my thoughts in terms of AI. Is there a way to do content like that if it's respectful to the individuals and the family? If it's something the family appreciates, I'm pretty sure there is. But when you're doing stuff like this, it's kind of demeaning the legacy of these people. These are great people that, you know, unfortunately they're no longer with us, and they should be remembered for what they did, not for stuff that AI, things that never actually happened, that they never actually did. So, you know, those are my thoughts on that. So I definitely agree with Zelda Williams. Like, you're making this AI, and look how many millions of dollars are being wasted on this stuff too. By the way, that's another thing. So those are my thoughts on that. Say what are your thoughts on this AI content of like death celebrities and stuff?
I mean, I saw some of it. Some of it was just like, wow, people have way too much time on their hands. But I'm just like, this is just the new wave of it's gonna be like. Listen, I love all these people, but people have too much time on their hands, and like you gotta understand, the people who are making it, they just gonna keep doing it. That's why I'm like, you also have to understand when you make statements like that, people are just gonna do it even more. Like sometimes you just really gotta ignore people because like the more you fan the flame towards them, the more they're just gonna do it. It's like the back is like, don't touch that cookie. That motherfucker's gonna touch that cookie, eat 10 times more. Like you just some shit is just like I get it, it's disrespectful, but there's really I didn't see the Robin Williams, but there's really nothing I've seen that I'm like, I don't like that. It's always been like, what would he do that? Like that even the Kobe thing, I was like, Kobe wouldn't do Twitch or something like that. I could see Kobe like being on content. Like I just don't see it as the biggest deal. I just think people just do it too much, and just I hope they would understand respect. Like if she puts out a statement like this, I would be like, okay, let's tone back on that. But I really haven't seen too much backlash towards the Martin Luther King. This has been kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's been kind of funny. That's what I'm trying to say. They're kind of funny. Like that's what I'm trying to say. If they're in all in good joy and cheer, I got no problem with it. I got no problem with it. That's what I'm saying. For most of the part, it's been really lighthearted and funny. Like I don't have any dream anymore. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, but it's cool. Like, yo, just AI is just a tool. Everyone's just figuring it out. It's just like it's like jokes. Kevin Hart said it best. Jokes are like wet paper balls you're throwing at a wall and hope one sticks. That's pretty much what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. Like they're not doing anything too crazy. But if she says she has a problem, just stop for her. But most of it's been lighthearted and funny, so I got no problem with it.
Scumbag, what are your thoughts?
It's just unfortunately the world we live in now, man. It's just AI now is just out of control, and this is just the beginning. Like there's gonna be people getting murdered, pinned on them, and there's gonna be a lot of shit, bro, down the road. I feel like. I feel like yeah. All you gotta do is if the government wants to put you in jail for life, they'll create an AI video that puts you at the scene of the murder.
Yep.
Like it's crazy.
That's why I don't use the AI apps for anything. So that's why I don't want them to use my image for any reason. Like
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's just I don't know. I just think that just the world we live in is just gonna get worse. Is it in bad taste? Probably to the family members, but I don't know, man. I've seen some disrespectful shit online. Making your dad a WWE character is like the least shit I've seen. I don't think that's on the radar.
Yeah,
Of disrespectful shit I've seen on the internet.
right. That's what
Like I've literally seen like motherfuckers acting like Martin Luther King during a porn. Like some fucking guys, some black guy is dressed like Martin Luther King, and he has a black girl. Like that's worse. You know what I mean? Like little AI shit like that. I don't know, man. It's all right. I get it. You know what I'm saying, to a certain extent. And it was more of I think Robin Williams' daughter more than Martin Luther King's. She piggybacked off of her.
Yeah.
It was more her. It's a tough thing to kind of look at, especially the way Robin Williams went out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like as a parent, as a child, you would have mixed feelings. You would have the process of your dad being gone so abrupt. That in itself is a whole process, and then how after the process, you have like get mad at him more than sad about it. Like, why'd you do that to me? You know what I mean? And it's a lot of emotions that go into that. So I guess you're seeing her dad and the AI like actually moving around and looking like lifelike. She probably has a flood of emotions that she's not really able to deal with right now, or maybe ever. You know what I mean? It's something that you just like. I've expressed on this show. My mom passed away, and it's something that never goes away. Like you never heal from it. I think you just deal with it. Like it's just there at all times, and it's. I get it. You know what I mean? But you also have to live in reality and know like it's gonna happen, especially if your was famous. Especially, and all what's real, these are beloved people. You know, Tupac's beloved, Biggie's beloved.
Mhm.
You know, Martin Luther King for the most part is beloved. You know,
Yep.
Robin Williams is beloved. I haven't heard anybody say anything negative about Robin Williams besides he stole joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
other than that, no one has anything bad to say about that guy. You know what I mean? He
Not
brought
at
so
all.
much joy to our lives as kids growing up. Like, you know what I mean? You know, I don't think it's really done maliciously. I think it's done more like, you know, said comment wise, you know, like to try and be funny. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
All right, that does it for this week of PGN. I'm pretty sure St. Sal's Rent. That's definitely going to be a clip, and we've got a lot of good engagement, especially Scumbag. You're a Belichick Brady thing. You got a lot of traction on TikTok.
Oh,
Yep.
You did, yeah.
Nice. Hey man, this is what we do it for not to go viral, but bro, we consume sports all the time. Like I
Yes.
talk about sports all the time. I talk about sports with my son, with my uncles, with my dad, with my friends, with you guys. Like, you know, we come out here to have fun and shit, and we just try to like have y'all have fun with us.
Yep. That's
And
it.
and it's a different, and especially during football season, it's a different pregame show. You know what I mean? You watch the other pregame shows, I feel like they're boring, man. You know what I mean? They're boring. Like you could tune in here. Not only do we have football stuff, but we have pepper takes
Yep.
where, you know, we touch on different societal kind of topics. So yeah, man, y'all gotta. I'm glad y'all tuning into the clips, but start tuning in into the freaking podcast itself, man. And spread the news, share, subscribe. You know, we're all over the place. You know, one thing we gotta do. We gotta get on Twitch. We gotta start going live on Twitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my boy Straw Hat about that. He's really good at Twitch because that's where we go live with Straw Hat Podcast, which comes on every Monday at 10 p.m. Central Time. Shout out to Reed for tuning in. You know, so I'm gonna talk to him about the Twitch thing, so we can get on there because I do have a Twitch account, but you know, we just had to set it up for to link it to. I got you.
Okay, what's the? Are we doing that game today for live assist?
Yes, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What was it? Assist live on. What's it called?
Assist live on. Yeah. Let me check. Assist live. Live on assist. Live on assist.
Live on assist. Okay,
.com. Which game you want to do?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me fix this because I had live on assist.
Yeah.
Live on assist. All right, hold on. Just so y'all can see it. I left KDAP's ticker on the whole time because I want y'all to definitely go to that, subscribe to that. It's a big opportunity for KDAP. You know, it's something that he loves to do. So I really want y'all to support that. So that's why.
Yes, sir.
Liveonassist.com. You know, shout out your boy Sean Parker. I know it's not his last name, but that's his last name now. You know what I mean? That's it. It is Sean Parker. That's it. Yeah, my man's trying to set up. If y'all do sports podcasts out there, you go live on there to talk about any live game that's going on. He has all types of games that you connect to: baseball, football, fucking basketball. Basketball comes on. That's something that we'll probably look into, like basketball games, maybe a Knicks night that we're both off, that we could do a live Knicks game, shit like that. But yeah, we're definitely trying to help him get it off the ground.
Yep.
So y'all gonna tune in. What's the game of the week? Is it Niners and Bucks?
Yeah, Niners and Bucks. Yep.
Yeah. So we'll definitely watch Niners and Bucks. We'll watch that game. So yeah, you go there 420. It's gonna be at 425, right? That game.
425. Yes, sir.
425. You go on liveonassist.com. We'll be live talking about the game. We'll figure out exactly what time though. I know because if it doesn't rain, my son has a baseball game at 7.
Okay.
So you know, I think it's supposed to rain though. So it's supposed to be heavy rain and winds.
Yeah, there's a storm coming. So
yeah, so I mean, that game probably gonna happen. So I don't know if you want to go live at halftime, if you want to go live the first half or the whole game. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But follow us if you see the banner on top. Follow us on all social media, PGN Pod. We'll let you know on the Twitter. We'll let you know on Instagram when we're going live. on liveonassist.com. Y'all just tune in and see exactly when we're gonna go live, and we'll just put up the link right away. Like we're live, so
Yep.
in between 4:25 and 7:30 or 7 o'clock, we'll be going live, and y'all can tune in there and watch us act fucking retarded some more. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it. And make sure y'all fucking check out the fucking intro, man. The intro.
Fire.
Yeah, we have it. K-Dap put it as a separate clip on YouTube. If y'all want to share that. If y'all want to just bump the song in the car, you know what I mean? I can fucking do that, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, moving on to bigger things. Like I said, stay in tune with us, man. We're doing things off the live, too. We're doing things
Yep.
off the live. My man fucking Zaza is going to fucking, he's going to fucking high school games over there in Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
To Jersey. If y'all want to start paying us to come out to fucking live commentate some games, you know what
We'll
I mean?
do it.
Yeah, we'll be out there. You know what I'm saying? But Zaza's doing he's covering Columbia off the strength. Those are the kids he works with. So
Yep.
y'all can tune in and see how he does that because that's a good lane too. You know what I mean? A lot of people are locally touching on those topics. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, and I touch on baseball season's over now, but yeah, different shit we're gonna be doing. So tune in, and that's about it. Enjoy it. Good time, guys. We ended today 12:24.
Yep.
We started pretty much on time, so okay.
Yeah.
I just saw the comments right now. Oh shit, dumbass! I didn't have the chat on my side over here. But appreciate y'all tuning in. Appreciate y'all commenting. Shout out to my sister Jay Bermio, supporting everything I fucking do in life. Appreciate you.
Respect.
Love you. She lives out in California. You know what I'm saying? She's out there fucking living the life, the sun and everything, while we gotta deal with this rain that's about to come.
Yep. Nor'easter, apparently. Jesus.
Yeah.
But all right, yo, enjoy your Sunday. Watch the game.
Watch football. Yep.
Drink your beer. Wherever you're at. You're at home, at a strip club. Just enjoy yourself.
We got some games. All right.
All right.
So we'll see y'all later. And
All right. See ya.
Wow.
have a good Sunday. Peace.